Welcome to Growing Perspectives Career Consulting Company. Today we're excited to have a early career professional with us, and her name is Leah Fleming. She's going to introduce herself in a few minutes, and we're going to spend time talking about her journey and her transition successfully to corporate America. So Leah, would you please introduce yourself?
My name is Leah Fleming. I currently live in Ocala, Florida. I work at Seco Energy as a project engineer one. I graduated from the University of South Carolina with my electrical engineering degree in 2017.
Awesome. We are so happy to have you with us today. Now, there was one other thing I know you definitely shared with us that you recently graduated from USC in 2017. And I also believe, did you also go back for your master's degree?
I did. I did go back for my master's degree with my master's in business from Webster University.
Awesome. So Leah, thank you again for joining us. So I'm going to start things off with the first question. I have a few questions to ask you. What were the key actions you took to be successful in your transition to corporate America?
Well, one of the first things I did was fix my resume. I started talking to other people that were in my industry. I started giving them my resume and asking their opinions about what I should do, what are some things I can change, trying to get a good idea of what they do and what can I expect when I start the job, what are some things I should do whenever I get to that job, and what are some things I shouldn't do when I get there.
Yeah.
And then I also started working on my master's degree because there was a period where I didn't get interviews. So I wanted to go back to school and find a way to be productive.
That's perfect. And that's wonderful that you said you went back and got your master's during this waiting period. So how difficult was it to make that decision to go back and pursue your master's degree?
It was a difficult decision because I didn't want to go back into debt. And I wanted to get my master's because there was a gap. I wanted my employers to know that I'm trying to be productive. In the end, my master's is going to help me regardless. So I just thought it was a good thing to just go back, just take a chance. I was just a little nervous. If I started my master's, would I be able to juggle going to school and working a full-time job? But I'm still doing it now and I'm almost finished. So I think it was a good investment to do it, even though it was a difficult decision.
Absolutely awesome. So my next question for you is, what do you feel makes you unique as an early career professional?
I think what makes me unique is I just have a different perspective than my older coworkers. So I'm really good in technology. I'm more advanced than what they are. So I'm able to give them ideas about, how can we make paying bills easier? Maybe that person can just get online or get on an app and pay. And we have different types of bills. And right now we only can do just paying a regular bill. Like say you're trying to do something different. You have a deposit you need to pay to start off your account. Those are things you can't just decide to pay. So I'm able to give new ideas to my company about, what's some things that we can incorporate to make our life easier and the people that we work for. How can we make their lives easier? So I definitely think I bring a different perspective to the job.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So I forgot to ask you earlier, but how did you find your current job?
I honestly just went on the internet and I was just searching jobs in electrical engineering jobs, power industry jobs. And then I also had some of my classmates from college. I had them emailing me job links. I had them also searching for me. And I also had some of those mentors and other people that I talked to. I might find them in Walmart or a shoe store and I would ask them, hey, are you guys hiring? And I would have them send me links and, I just basically searched the internet and asked people about who was hiring.
Yeah, that's perfect. And it sounds like you were very active and very intentional with connecting. You said online and with people, letting them know you were looking. So that was awesome. So I have a question about your current job also. What has been most rewarding to you about your current job?
What's been most rewarding is being able to see my work. So I get power to new businesses, homes, area lights, just small things like that. So whenever I'm able to drive by a house and say, I got power to that house, or drive by a subdivision and say, I got, power to this entire subdivision, driving by gas stations and restaurants and knowing that I played a role in, getting that business started. I think that's the most rewarding part to me.
That's fantastic. And then I have one final question that I have for you, and then I'm going to ask, is there anything else you want to share with us that we haven't covered? But what do you feel helped you transition successfully the most to your current position?
I definitely think being receptive to feedback. I was very open to it. So if my coworkers told me something, I would listen to them. I figured they were going to make my life easier. I had to work with them. They already started this job 20 or 30 years ago, so they know exactly what's ahead of me. So I'm able to gain knowledge through them because I know they're about to retire and I can't get that knowledge in the next few years because they'll be gone. So I definitely think just being willing to listen to other people and asking questions, because I had to learn I wasn't going to know everything. There are a lot of complex things in electrical engineering, and it wasn't a thing I could just open up one random book and figure out the answer. Some of the answers are things that people have made up. This may not be written down, set in stone. So I definitely had to learn how to ask questions and not be afraid to ask those questions.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And what strikes me to be so informative about your approach was that you shared with us earlier, what makes you unique as an early career professional, how, you can help others learn by different technologies and different ways and perspectives. And then now you also share with us how listening to others, asking questions, listening to the feedback of those that were in the group longer than you was very helpful for you to have a successful transition. So I love that perspective and that full circle approach. So now I'm going to turn it over to you. You've given us great insight, and I just wanted to know, is there anything else that you wanted to share about your transition into corporate America that we haven't covered that you think would be very helpful for us to know?
Well, one thing I can share with other people is throughout my journey, I was very discouraged. So other people who have went through the same situation, they told me, hey, it's going to be okay. You may not find a job within a month or two. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. It might take 3 years. For me, it only took a year. It was a very long year in that process, but I am so grateful that I ended up with this job. I felt like it was for me. I really enjoy it. The pay is great. I live in a great area. So I feel like it's very rewarding. And the only thing I want to give advice to people and I want to tell them is, just be willing to work with other people. Everybody's not the same. Be willing to listen to other people, listen to your coworkers, be willing to accept feedback, and don't be afraid to ask questions. You're not going to know everything, and that's okay. But throughout your process, don't be discouraged. Definitely reach out to people, fix on your resume. Find other resources, find mentors, find other people that want to help you, join different groups. And I would just say, always continue just working hard, just try. It's not going to hurt you to try and find the job that you want. You don't have to settle for a job that you don't want. It's okay. It may take time, but just enjoy the process and you'll find the perfect job for you.
Awesome, awesome. So once again, we just want to thank you, Leah, so much for sharing your words of wisdom, your experiences, and the last words that I just want to echo that you just said was really enjoy the journey. The job that you want, you can have. It may take time. So we really appreciate you sharing your experiences with us as an early career professional. We thank you again, and we look forward to staying connected with you throughout your career journey. So once again, thank you for spending time with us at Grow On Perspectives.
Thank you.